YouTube. I am readjusting here. I just had lunch with my boyfriend. I have like food around me. I have a reading book there. I have candy here with napkins. I have drink there, 2 different kinds of chips, and pizza. And my boyfriend's food's like right there in my bag's there. And it's kind of cold in this room, so I kind of asked my boyfriend for his jacket, hence why this. But anyway, I am here to do Supergirl, Season 1, Episode 7, titled Human for a Day. I'm hoping I do not do 3 videos again, because not only do I have to do reaction rant to this episode, Episode 7, Human for a Day, I have to do one for Episode 8, which is Hostile Takeover. And I really don't want to do 3 videos for this and then 3 videos for Hostile Takeover, and it's like a total of 6 videos. For 3 episodes, the possibility of having 9 videos for just 3 episodes is just, no. But anyway, here we go. So the wake of her battle with Red Tornado pretty much left her with a lot of anger issues, but at the same time, from what we last saw in the end of the last episode, Kara got a cut on her finger and actually was bleeding, so apparently Kara's powers have been drained to the point where she's literally like human. She could literally get hurt. If she got shot, she'd probably die. And she went to go like talk to her holographic virtual mother, using the whole Kryptonian artificial intelligence thing, which is pretty much, it acts like a holographic virtual mother of Allura, which is Kara's mother. Kara pretty much does this when she's like alone in the DEO's Kryptonian fortress chamber. And her mother, I'm saying that because it's like a virtual thing of her mother, pretty much tells her, oh, yeah, your powers will come back in a few days. And, Hank Henshaw was like hoping for that good news, like, oh, it's going to come back in a few days. But then Kara, she's all hella concerned that her powers will never return. See, this is interesting for me, mainly because, sorry, I have like pizza right here too. So if you see me randomly chewing a pizza, don't hate me for this, especially if you guys are hungry. But anyway, like, I find this interesting. We finally, you see sorry, that's the chair, because I'm spinning again. But anyway, like, you always see the superheroes, especially the ones with powers, people keep seeing them as godly. And I can see why. They have powers. We don't. But it's kind of good to see, like, so there's a security camera back there, and I like staring at people for some stupid reason. But anyway, like, it's good to kind of see them down on our level and see what it's like, Some of these people were literally born with their powers. I'm gonna, like, turn off my phone real quick. Some of the people were actually born with these powers, and they don't know a life without it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool to see them, like, see in the view of our eyes, like, have them downgraded to mortal beings, human beings like us, and see the life of our lives, how normal, mortal humans live, and see them go against, or, sorry, my phone just went off, or just be in the presence of someone with powers when you have none, you know what I mean? So it's interesting that Kara is pretty much going through that. Excuse me while I pause this, because my phone just went off. Hang on. Sorry about that. But anyway, like, Alex, on the other hand, she's very suspicious of Hank, to the point where she pretty much tells Kara, don't trust Hank. I don't trust him at all. But I kind of don't blame her. Again, like I said in the previous video, Hank and their father, Danvers, they both went to track down this alien refugee or something, and they both disappeared. They both were presumed dead, but all of a sudden Hank's the one that shows up, and then turns up alive. Normally people would think, oh, a freak accident happened and Hank ends up being alive, but what made it more suspicious is that when he came back, he's alive. Not only is he came back alive, he started deleting files of Danvers and, like, redacting them too. And so that's highly suspicious. If he didn't do any of that, redacting files and deleting files on Jeremiah Danvers, then he wouldn't be really suspicious. It'd probably be like a freak accident, honestly. But anyway, like, I like how Alex pretty much tells her, you're human. You finally know what I feel like every time I'm near you. Enjoy the day of being a human. So, like, which makes things even more interesting. Like in the previous episode, we see Kara's finger bleed. We see more of Kara acting normal without her powers, because when she's at work, she comes down with a cold. And she pretty much tells Win what's literally happening to her, that she lost her powers and everything. And like seeing Kara not only cut her finger in the at the end of the previous episode, but actually come down with a cold, like a normal person. It's really, I like it, you know. I don't like her getting injured or getting sick or anything. It's just seeing her be human, be normal like the rest of us. Welcome down to earth, oh godly being. But anyway, Kat pretty much sees that Kara has a cold when she sneezes, and pretty much sends Kara home for the rest of the day, which is a very, like I said in the previous episode, Kat has become more like a mother hen around Kara. She's protective of her. She's taking better care of her, which I like, you know. Kara doesn't really see her mom that much. I know she previously came for a visit in a previous episode, you know, but like, despite that episode, the Danvers mother came. You don't see much of her, and of course, Kara's real mother's not around, so it's good to have like somewhat of a motherly figure taking care of her at work. I like that. But anyway, back at the DEO, apparently there's this alien conqueror known as Jem, who's like determined to escape. But Hank informs Jem, you know, who apparently is a psychic criminal, that the neural shielding pretty much can withstand his powers. And while that all happens, Jem's all like threatening Hank's family, and Hank tells him he has none. You know, when I heard about that, despite, you know, me not liking Hank, sorry, I'm changing pages on my phone right now. But anyway, like, despite me not liking Hank because he's very suspicious, the fact that you hear Hank say that he has no family, you kind of feel for him, but at the same time, you're even more suspicious, like, oh, you have no family, but at the same time, you have no family. Did you do something to them? Were you the cause of that you no longer having family? You never know. So you partially sympathize with him because he's like, it's kind of like a typical orphan thing. You feel bad for them, but at the same time, when you're suspicious about someone, like you are with Hank, you're like, is he the reason why he has no family? Just saying. But anyway, go into that apparent psychic villain. I looked him up. Jem. Let's see. His abilities are superhuman strength, superhuman speed, superhuman endurance, superhuman senses, invulnerability, flight, extended longevity, telekinesis, telepathy, and psychonesis. Psychonesis? Apparently, let's see. Jem is a fictional alien that has appeared in several comic books. His team affiliation is the Injustice Gang, and apparently his place of origin is Saturn. And his species is Red Saturnian? Notable aliases is Son of Saturn. Okay. So it says here that he is an analog of DC's superhero and recurrent Justice League member, the Martian Manhunter, of whom he is an occasional ally. So he can be a bad guy apparently in the comics, but he is an occasional ally to Martian Manhunter every once in a while. So here he's just a straight up criminal. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Kara and James pretty much bump into her, and back when all that happens, he tells her that him and Lucy are getting a place together, which is probably gonna like cut Kara even more, which like totally sucks. I feel so sorry for her, and I'm sorry. I'm hungry. Let me pause this. Hey guys, I am sorry. Like, this food is so good. But anyway, anyway, back to the whole James and Kara bumping into each other. After he tells tells Kara about him and Lucy getting a place together, Kara starts sneezing again, and James instantly concludes like, oh my god, you're sneezing. That means you're not invulnerable. You lost your powers? It's like automatic for him, which I think is funny, because the fact that James knew quickly that, like, he concluded so quickly that Kara's lost her powers makes me want to think that this might have happened to Superman. Clark Kent, I mean, he is best friends with Superman. He knows Superman's identity. So, the fact that he concluded that Kara lost her powers just by her sneezing makes me think that he's actually seen this happen before with Clark, aka Superman. But anyway, while all this is happening, all of a sudden, an earthquake just comes out of nowhere. And as a car starts heading toward Kara's way, James pretty much knocks her out of the way. But despite the fact that, he pushed her out of the way from getting hit by a car, she ends up sustaining a broken arm. So not only does she get she gets cut in the finger in the previous episode, she starts sneezing, obviously catching like some sort of cold, and now she has a broken arm. So this is clearly not Kara's greatest day of her life. But anyway, with the earthquake pretty much has everyone taking precautions, and Kat, she's like informing necessary personnel to stay. People that can't actually do something to help, she asked them to stay at Catco, and everyone else that can't really help as much as she sends home to be safe and everything. And when he gets everything back online just in time to see Maxwell pretty much on the screen, pretty much slamming on Supergirl for not coming to the rescue during the whole earthquake. And technically, I can't really stop him from that. Like, I don't blame him. Not stop him. I don't blame him for that because, Supergirl is like to National City what Superman is to, Metropolis. I'm like burping up the butt right now. Anyway, you know what I mean? Metropolis has their Superman. And now National City finally has their own little superhero, and they like so dependent on her, and the moment she doesn't turn up, people go psychopath. They think that she abandoned them, and I don't really blame Maxwell for saying that, but the way he did it was not very tasteful, you know what I mean? It's just, to me, it's kind of like tacky-ish. It's not, like I said, it's not a very tasteful way to put it. I understand that, you guys are very dependent on your superhero, and the one time you really want her there because it's an earthquake, it's not really a supervillain causing chaos, but an actual natural disaster, like for say this earthquake, and she's nowhere to be found. And I kind of don't blame them for thinking that she abandoned them, but one, they said it a little too soon. I mean, come on. Maybe she's somewhere on the other side of the world for all they know, right? She could be on her way. Goodness gracious. And two, Maxwell Lord delivered that very, very, in a very tasteless way. It just rubbed me off the wrong way. But anyway, because of that, Kara and James tried to stop him from going any further with the whole blame Supergirl, she's not here and all that stuff. But in my opinion, I think they're a little too dependent on Supergirl. I mean, the girl can only do so much. I know she's a superhero. I know she could travel at the speed of sound. Was it the speed of sound or the speed of light? But anyway, she could travel really fast. She's pretty much third fastest. Well, Superman and Supergirl are probably second fastest to the Flash family. But there are other things around the world. Maybe she's helping something around the world like Superman does. I mean, look at Superman. I know he's Metropolis' hero and he's always there. But he also goes around the world to save people. How he even goes in space sometimes. Because, Justice League and their little watchtower up there in space. But anyway, she can't be two places at once. Despite that she can fly and she's freakishly fast, she can't be in two places at once. So, when they visit Maxwell, he's completely unfazed by their reasoning, and he claims that Supergirl no longer has her powers due to the fact that the recent fight with Red Tornado, and the fact that he knew that kind of, I don't know. They told I don't remember if Jimmy and Kara told Maxwell about Supergirl losing her powers with her recent fight with Red Tornado, or Maxwell already knew. Either way, if Maxwell already knew that, how the hell did he know? And I'm running out of time. Oh my god, hang on, I'll be right back.